Now in today's chart of the day I'm looking at a company called INTERLINK ELECTRONICS. Now you might not have heard of these. They build sensors. They're a tech company, but I keep seeing their ticker LINK popping up all over the place, and they are a very popular stock on the Reddit Wall Street bet space. So I thought, why not have a look at what's going on with the price action, have a look at the technical analysis. So in today's video we're going to dig in and see what Link is all about and where their price might be heading next. Hello, I'm Stephen Ho, trader and founder of TheStopHunter. So before we can carry on, a risk warning for you to pay close attention to. The content in this video is not investment advice, so please seek the advice, help of financial professionals or financial advisors before investing and trading. And trading and investing involves a high degree of risk and your money is at risk, so be very careful. So with that out the way, let's get on with the analysis. For ease sake, I'm going to call InterLink Electronics Link during this video, and we're going to dive straight into the weekly line chart. Actually, it's looking quite positive. Now, Link are a stock that often get lumped into the short squeeze brigade, the AMCs, the GameStops, those type of more volatile stocks. And actually looking at the data on the longer term chart here, it's been growing nicely over 2020 and through 21. It did accelerate the start of 21 right up to those highs of around $15.5, $16 before pulling off back, like I said, down to almost that 38.2% Fibonacci line at just over $7. And then since then, since June time, it's been recovering, gone through the 61.8% Fibonacci, heading towards that 78.6 at just under $13. Now there was a lot of noise in the yellow box there between 2020 to September of that year, and that could be where we see if things turn nasty, the price pull back too. So it's just above $7 for that support area. But we've also got the trend line on there, which might provide support around the $70s, $9 mark as maybe a more shorter term support area. But overall, actually, it doesn't look too bad for Link at the moment. So on the daily Heikin-Ashi chart, what can we see? Well, if we go right down to the bottom to start with, bottom two indicators there, both bullish at the moment. Volatility around about 50% per annum, a bit down on what it normally is, just under its moving average, which is the black line there. Then on to volume. Again, trading under the longer term moving average there. It is sporadic and it does spike every now and again, but at the moment, at the lower end of the volume traded. And jumping on to the price, we've got our block pink lines there set up, and price is banging on the top of those, so we might get a buy signal coming shortly there. Price really, if you looked at that chart, you would say it's probably more of a sideways move between $8, $9 and $16. A reasonable range though to if you're intraday day trading the stock, although despite that the volatility there which could make that a tricky process. Short term then I'll call that weak bullish, maybe with the signals there in a sort of a flattish not too interesting trend. It's going to be driven, I think, this one by the interaction with the social media and those sides to try and drive things up if it's going to go higher. But like I say, it has the tendency to be a bit volatile, so be careful with your stops and levels. So onto the Renko chart. I've used a 0.2 size block, 20 cents block size here for the Interlink or Link chart. Going down to the signals at the bottom, both bullish. That's looking good. The trend has been down. I've used Fibonacci trend analysis to come up with some levels there. I've also put on the 2 standard deviation regression band just to see if price is trading normally within that, and that down slope it has been. It did pop down briefly late June and then came back in, and it's now nudging the top of that, we've got a buy signal outside of those two, pink bands. So we're hitting Fibonacci line, and like I say, we've got that buy signal there. So on the Renko chart, looking reasonably bullish in the shorter term inside that down trend. And where could it go upside wise? Well, we've got 61.8% Fibonacci around $14. Above that, we could be looking just over the 15s, and it's got to get up to highs around sort of 17.5 before it can break up higher, and then it's 19.20. To the downside, well, we've got a lot of support in around the $7.928 area, but before that we've got $10 to the downside, and if it really goes down there, it sinks quite heavily down to even $3. So overall though, in the short term, reasonably bullish, but in that more sort of negative sort of trend. It's a difficult one to call for Link in terms of an opinion, only because of the way it behaves and trades due to the social media interaction, and that can add a lot of volatility to the price in either direction. But if we're looking at the current view at this point of time, then I'm going to give it a weak bullish outlook. It's been working in different waves, and you can take different opinions on it. It has been improving the situation despite that sort of slowish downtrend since March time, but it seems to be brewing up nicely with a lot of signals just hovering, looking for that push upwards. And if we focus in on the targets, risk return 1.3, 2.6 to 1. Downside doesn't look that interesting unless it can break under 8, and then it could go really a lot lower. So overall, purely based my opinion on the technical analysis, I'm going to go for a weak bullish outlook. So a weak bullish opinion for Link. It's a stock that I think is going to be, like I said earlier, moved by social media influencers, and underneath it seems a reasonable stock and worth looking at. Let me know in the comments below what you think of Link, price action. Where's it heading next? Do you trade it? Like I say, let me know in the comments below. If you like today's technical analysis, want to learn more, I'll put a link in the description below this so you can follow that. If you've liked today's video, please give us the thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and bell buttons to receive future notification of content such as this. And all that's left for me to say is thanks for watching, good luck with the trading, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.